back, everyone. Today we're focusing on a 2000 Chevy Impala exhaust. The second resonator on the exhaust itself blew a hole in the top portion and is now just blowing hot air directly against the bottom side of the cabin, and it's heating up the interior quite quickly. Along with that, it's of course very loud and obnoxious. Go ahead and get this thing started so you can hear what it sounds like. Alright. Pretty low mileage for how old it is. Got the 3.4 liter V6. We'll be replacing the resonator with this one right here. Got the kit. Since we're in there, I figured I might as well just replace everything back. So it came with the exhaust, the muffler, and the fixins. Alright, let's get out there and get cracking. I gotta go get the right size socket to fit that lug. I'm using a 19 millimeter for these. You want to loosen these in a star pattern. Alright, we're going to want to make sure the jack stand is going to make contact with the frame as we lower it down. I jacked it up a little bit more so that way I get as much room as I can underneath this car for me to work on. Now I will bring it down nice and easy. And as you can see, it's settled right in with the frame there. It's a little rusty, but this is Wisconsin. Now we'll go ahead and repeat the same thing to the other side. Alright, so we got it all jacked up. Got it up on jack stands. So now we're going to show you guys what's going on. Alright, so there's our muffler, exhaust pipe going back, and then it hits that first resonator, and then there's a resonator after that, and the rest of the forward exhaust. We need to get this resonator out because there's a massive hole on the top side. So we're going to work on grinding the bolts off of that flange, as well as removing these rubber exhaust hangers. This way we have better access to everything. So we're going to grind these two bolts off the flange, get these rubber hangers off as well. Alright, that's one of the flange bolts. I could tell I got it good because the thing dropped a little when I cut through. I tell you what, using this exhaust hanger tool, you would think it wouldn't make much difference, but it makes every one of those hangers slip out like it's nothing. Alright, so I got her lowered down. I'm going to make kind of a crib down here to hold it up off the ground because I don't want it going all the way down and messing with the flex pipe at the front, because I don't have anything to change anything past this first resonator. There we have it. She's all free and clear now, as you can see. Drop down all the way to the back. So we just got to get her pulled out, and then we'll compare her to the new stuff and get that all set up and ready to go as well. Oh yeah, I would say there was definitely a little hole in the resonator. There she is. We got her all out. Now we'll just get her next to the other one, get all the measurements down, get her clamped intact, and then we'll get this new one put back in place. Next, the goal is to align the new to match up with the old in position and in measurements and all that happy stuff, because like you can see, this resonator's a shorter one than the old one, but the pipe they provided us with is slightly longer to make up for that difference. And we've got the clamps to attach them and all the new exhaust hangers as well. We'll go ahead and get that going. have the same positioning down for the flanges. I got them both in the same direction. Everything is clamped up and looking good to go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up my welder, and I'm going to weld at least the top half of that seam, and then I'll weld the top half of that seam too this way. If there are any air leaks with that clamp there, at least I don't have to unbolt everything and start over. I can just stay under there and finish my welds, and the top half will be done. And if the positioning is wrong, then I don't have to grind all the way around the whole thing. I'll just have that top portion. That's the goal anyway. That's good enough for the girls I date. There's that weld. And this weld. Not bad. I just go ahead and make sure that the flange holes are cleared on the exhaust half under the car that's still there, and then I will go ahead and pop the sucker. Now, before you all go installing your exhaust systems, make sure and take that off with a wire wheel or something before installing it. Burning it off is not the way to go. It stinks, it's nasty, can start a fire. Not recommended. Here's our flange. I got her all cleaned up. Fortunately, I had to notch the sides to even get the old bolts out. But if it becomes a problem, I will suck that in with a little welding wire later. Right there. It's a little big, but the holes match up, and that's what matters. Slowly slide the new exhaust underneath. I got some bricks laid up as a sort of a small crib for it to rest on once I get it closer to being in the right position. That'll help hold it up in the air and allow me easier access to putting in the flange bolts. The bolts I used were 3/8, and I got them hand tightened right now, snug. I'm gonna go and put one of the rubber hangers on the back, so that way I'll hopefully help hold it up, giving me a little bit of assistance. There we go. Those are on their hangers now. Take some finagling to get that one on. That's it for the hangers in the back here. You can see it. The new exhaust flows nicely. So we just gotta go get it tightened up. Alright, I've given everything a good once over and tightened it as tight as it can go. There's our new resonator and the new pipe to the new muffler. And before we go, we might as well see if this thing sounds any quieter. Oh, look at that. No noise. That's what I like to hear. Oh yeah. There we have our job's done. Everything's picked up and secured. You guys try and have a wonderful evening.